In this video, sharing with you 3 top altcoins for August of 2021. These are my picks to keep your eyes well and truly on, as I think these have some great developments in the pipeline and we could see significant price appreciation during the coming month. Out of these 3 cryptocurrencies, we're going to do a deep dive on one. The vote for that will be over on my Patreon. Check out the link down below to get involved. I'll also be dropping my low cap gems first and foremost over on Patreon, and it's just $5 per month. So if you'd like to get involved with that, check the link down below. Now in store for you, I have 1 gaming project and 2 layer 1 blockchains. But first, let's quickly check in with the crypto fear and greed index. Yesterday, we hit a high. For about 3 or 4 months now, we haven't seen these levels. We hit a 60, and you could feel the greed sentiment spreading throughout the crypto verse. And today we've pulled back slightly and now towards 48. As you can see, the crypto market was around 42,000 bucks yesterday, and then we've had a bit of a pullback now to around 39,600. So the crypto fear and greed index acting as a good sentiment measure and projecting that extra over exuberance in the market with a retrace. So now with this healthy little correction here, maybe we'll see some further downside, but I do think we are going to continue to retest the 42K level, which is a key area we need to break through before seeing some additional bullish momentum up here. Maybe it'll take us a few cracks at this before we finally break through. Key areas I'm also looking at are around here, around 37, 38K, and even towards 35 and 36K. Those will be pullback areas where I'll be deploying pretty much all of my capital. So the NFT market has been super hot for the last few months. And as you can see from the overall market caps here, we've had a bit of a change at the top of the order. Theta Network still number 1, but Axie Infinity rising through the ranks, now up to number 2 at $2.2 billion. Then Chili's in 3rd. Very interesting move and a very interesting concept, uniting NFTs and sports fans. And then in number 4, we have ENJIN Coin. This was number 1 for quite some time over previous years and is definitely an OG in the scene. And this is my first pick from today's video. So sat at around $1.39 right now. This one has had a bit of a pullback since its all-time high in April of around $4. We're down 64 to 65% currently. And I think that this one hasn't had its true run yet, whereas some of the other NFT and gaming coins have done double or even triple digit gains over the last few months. ENJIN has been a bit of a laggard within this sector, but as they say, all good things come to those who wait, and ENJIN has some very nice updates that are just rolling out now. So they recently announced the addition of the Efinity network, and this sees ENJIN Coin almost become like a grandfather chain with other side chains coming off it now. And as they describe it in this article, becoming almost the store of value for the ENJIN network that will host a whole range of different applications and networks built on top of it. So Efinity with the ticker EFI, that is the new token. It's going to be live on Polkadot. So this is going to bring a world of great interoperability and much reduced transaction fees, which is obviously a bugbear in the NFT space, as transaction fees can ultimately just limit the amount and value of NFT creation, as if it costs you say $5 to mint an NFT, well, you can't really go about minting these NFTs with super low values. So this is the move that they've been making recently, and this sees ENJIN become a unique store of value. ENJIN is used to mint NFTs on the Efinity network, and this infused ENJIN will automatically be staked and generate a passive income in the form of the EFI token. So you take your ENJIN to create NFTs, that is locked in the NFT, and as a result, you receive EFI tokens as that passive income staking reward. They make the analogy that gold was the only other significant store of value that was used as a reserve standard, but that practice was abandoned half a century ago. But unlike gold, the supply of ENJIN is fixed, 1 billion tokens maximum, and will be taken off the market as it is locked inside the cryptocurrencies and NFTs minted on Efinity. So this brings about a new era of staking for ENJIN Coin, with Efinity being a purpose-built chain just for NFTs, and it's designed to incentivize stakeholders that help grow the ecosystem. So with the advent of this new network, holders of ENJIN Coin can now come and stake it either in nodes or in NFTs separately. And as a reward distribution mechanism, 15% of the total supply of Efinity will be distributed to ENJIN stakers. So you can imagine there will be a large number of individuals buying up ENJIN just for this opportunity, because the EFI token could potentially have great value in the future. They're not just going after the typical NFT market, but looking to tokenize real world assets as well through a new token standard that they're calling a paratoken. This will be the first of its kind, and it will make these EFI based NFTs compatible with the whole Polkadot and Kusama network, which will interoperate with other blockchains as well. They've also introduced JumpNet as well. This is a forever free Ethereum scaling solution. And very interestingly, they've mentioned down here it is carbon negative. So I believe they're trying to play in towards that ESG narrative with this kind of statement that has been reiterated in many blog posts. So with ENJIN on the Ethereum main chain here, we also have JumpNet and Efinity being built out. Bridges between all three of these enable you to easily mint and port tokens onto multiple chains without worrying about gas fees. Over on their Twitter, they have a few posts recently, an update for July, and then if you go down here as well, you can see through Altcoin Buzz, the ENJIN Coin CTO and their COO will talk about the launch of the Efinity token exclusively on the Altcoin Buzz channel on August 4th. So August 4th, a date for the diary, not only the start of Ethereum and EIP 1559, but the unveiling of Efinity. They're going to talk about the Polkadot-based parachain and their cross-chain NFT support across BSC, Solana, Polygon, and how they're going to be supporting price discovery for NFTs going forward. So a big month on the horizon for ENJIN and their new network called Efinity. Now, next up, we have Cardano, a community favorite, one of the biggest blockchains out there with a market cap of just over $42 billion, currently at $1.33, a 45% retrace since that all-time high around mid-May of around $2.50. Now, the meme is Cardano when smart contracts, and this Guggen era with the Alonso upgrade will bring about these smart contracts on Cardano. And what I like about Cardano is the fact that they have all these different eras that are going to drop throughout 2021, 2022, and maybe even beyond to keep people bullish, to have these items on the roadmap. So once Guggen is complete and smart contracts are live, we still have something to look forward to with the scaling solution. And this provides great fundamentals for the Cardano ecosystem. They state that the Guggen era represents a step change in the abilities of Cardano, opening up the way to the development of enterprise level, mission critical, decentralized smart contract applications, with even more exciting things to come during the Basho and Voltaire eras. So in a recent Cardano update, Charles has now revealed that August 31st will be the tentative date for smart contract releases on Cardano. In this post, Dan puts finish line almost here, but ironically, it's just the beginning for ADA. So whilst these smart contracts seem like a line in the sand that is about to be crossed, this is just the beginning of a new era on Cardano. We're going to see dApps being built out, and we're going to see the likes of new project launches through the likes of CardStarter, amongst other incubators in that ecosystem. And if these are launching directly on ADA, it will be the ADA native asset that will be needed to actually get involved with those kind of pre-sales. Plus, when we think about things like adding liquidity, if there's new AMMs going live, we've seen Sunday Swap being talked about quite a bit. And in the same way that Ethereum is the backbone of the ETH ecosystem, Cardano will have ADA. So liquidity being supplied in ADA versus another token. This is just going to be more and more ADA needs to be locked up to facilitate this burgeoning new ecosystem. So we could potentially see a nice run up now for Cardano into this smart contract release at the end of August. We already know they have a huge and very vocal community and a massive staking rate of almost 71% of all ADA currently staked in the ecosystem, earning rewards in the region of around 6% per annum, a very nice and healthy return for a layer 1 blockchain. I also spotted quite a few charts over the last few days suggesting that ADA is about to fall down a chasm. Look, this person's even posted towards 2,000 Satoshis here, but it was kind of at a critical level of support here. And of course, it did bounce. So this line in the sand was drawn around 3,100 sats. And today Cardano is well over 3,300 sats. So it did find this support once again and reclaim it. So I often find it is best to be contrarian in these markets. And when things are looking very down and people are expecting this just to continue to dump down, this is when the cryptos seem to recover. And with a big end of the month on the way for Cardano, I see no reason why that this will not continue to pump back upwards with the rest of the altcoin market. So this does not look like a bad position from which to long the ADA token. Then finally here we have TERRA with the Luna token. This cryptocurrency has been performing exceptionally well since the massive correction that we saw, and recouping quite a lot of those losses. It took a bigger hit than most other cryptocurrencies, and as you can see, it went down from $22 all the way to around $4, which was a rather big and steep correction. It's now, as you can see, over the last few weeks, started to really trend upwards and build a lot of momentum. We're already back to around that $11-12 region, and so this sees it down at a 47% discount from its all-time highs. So built on the Cosmos SDK, this is an interoperable blockchain and a leading L1, I believe, for the future. So something that's really interesting that has happened recently is the introduction of this new $150 million TERRA ecosystem fund, and it seems that this is going to be surrounding the area of decentralized finance and building of new applications. Now, this has had backing from some big names in the industry: Arlington Capital, Galaxy Digital with Mike Novogratz, Pantera Capital, and even Parify here. And so this ecosystem fund reflects the shared vision for the booming growth potential of TERRA's network, supported by the amazing Lunatic community, probably the best name going for your community. And with a deluge of projects building on top of TERRA, the ecosystem fund serves as a capital foundation for builders to access the resources of some of the industry's leading investors to manifest their vision for applications, protocols, and tooling on the TERRA network. So this ecosystem has grown like wildfire over the course of 2021, and their stablecoin UST has made massive strides. So the UST coin maintains its peg parity to the US dollar via an algorithmic design, and it's exploded in popularity this year, surpassing 2 billion market cap in just 6 months, and now the 5th biggest stablecoin by market cap. This underpins the whole ecosystem from projects such as Anchor, Chai, and even Mirror, and the current TVL of TERRA and its ecosystem sits just around $5 billion. And there are many projects being built on TERRA right now. The ecosystem is expanding at a great pace. It says here that the list of upcoming projects is ballooning, which we anticipate will further bolster demand for UST. And the token economics behind UST and the Luna token are very interesting, because as there's more demand for UST, it actually affects the supply of the Luna token, makes it contract the more UST that is required in what they call seniorage. And this value capture means greater price appreciation for Luna and Luna holders and stakers. So in this Twitter thread posted earlier in the year, we'll help you understand how this correlation impacts both the token and the underlying stablecoin. So for example, they put, as Mirror protocol gains traction, it's important to note that the mutually beneficial relationship between TERRA, Luna stakers, and Mirror's adoption, rather than being purely a synthetic asset protocol, Mirror's adoption accrues value to Luna stakers. Well, how does it do this? Let's follow UST, TERRA's USD pegged stablecoin. At a high level, TERRA's Luna collateralizes its stablecoins, including UST, and when UST is trading above $1, arbitrageurs can burn $1 of Luna to mint 1 UST and sell it on the open market for a profit. When UST trades below $1, the arbitrageurs can buy UST on the open market at a discount and swap it for $1 worth of Luna. This functionality is built directly into the TERRA protocol. The basic idea is that when demand for stablecoins like UST increase, the supply of Luna contracts. However, the efficiency of on-chain swaps between UST and Luna has a theoretical upper bound for the amount of UST that can be minted in a single day. And due to a design for consensus protection, this equates to roughly 400k of UST per day. So the TLDR here is the fact that as the demand for additional UST goes up, the amount of Luna that is required to be burned in order to mint that UST goes up as well. So there will be a contraction in the supply of Luna. As that supply goes down, the value of the Luna should therefore go up. And with these new ecosystem grants in play and an expanding ecosystem, the growth of UST will fuel the growth of Luna. So essentially, more dApps being built out equals Luna number go up. And the ecosystem is going from strength to strength. This was a recent post from Fin to the Moon, listing the vast majority here of all the projects built on TERRA. You maybe have only heard of like 4 or 5 different protocols, but there are actually dozens upon dozens here. He lists in total around 66 different protocols here, but does mention that he may have missed a few off as this ecosystem is expanding on a daily basis. Over on TERRA Station, you can see the total number of accounts is going parabolic. You can also see the staking rewards are a rather healthy 6% per year, very similar to that of Cardano, and roughly 38% of total Luna are now currently staked. The best thing about this as well is that if you can just enjoy the price rise of Luna at a later date, you can then just convert your Luna to UST, stake it on Anchor, and currently Anchor is paying out at around 19% APR on their stablecoin, which is nothing less than unbelievable. So there we have 3 projects that could see massive price rises in the month of August, all with very interesting developments on the horizon here. These are 3 ecosystems I predict will continue to expand at an alarming rate. And so they're definitely on my radar right now. Remember, if you want to get involved with a vote to see which one of these I deep dive on YouTube, come and check out my Patreon, link down below. And if you enjoyed the content today, make sure you slap a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.